I'm going to show you, and we're going to talk about some coins that most dealers would rather pass on because of condition or because of missing things or just being partial sets. So we're going to take a look at all of these, at all the what they call the desk of shame that dealers accumulate. And I've got it all laid out for you, and we're going to talk about it. So stay tuned.
This is typically what coin dealers buy on a regular basis. And I've done previous videos on some of these things, some of these coins and sets, but I wanted to show something a little more in depth and kind of clarify a few things. You know, dealers call it junk, but it's not that they think that it's junk. I mean, well, maybe some do, but it's just stuff that takes a lot of work, maybe damaged, might be cleaned, missing packaging. I mean, one thing about these Silver Eagles here, they don't have the box. So you can either sell them as, no box with the velvet case, or you can just take all these out of here, wholesale them out to a dealer and get rid of the packaging or sell the packaging separately, or wait until you get some boxes later on with some Eagles that are in capsules. It doesn't matter. It's just how you do it. It's just one of those things where you have to decide. There's tape on this box, and I can't just list it like I normally would any Silver Eagle because of that. Now, if I had a box, I could replace it, put it up on the site, sell it as, original government packaging, OGP. But here's an interesting piece. This one is the bicentennial. It's of a settlement, 1790 French. Looks like here, let me see here. This is just some of the cooler stuff that you get in Gallipolis, Ohio. It's not like it's junk. It's silver. It's, an ounce of silver, historical, it was released. Someone will want this and collect it, but dealers don't make a lot of money on stuff like that. You might make $10 if it goes up on the auction site. Then you have sets like this here. This has the gold in it, but then again, the gold, it's hard to sell it for more than melt. You might get a little bit more than melt, even though it's a $5 gold piece. But it comes in these 3 coin sets and an Ellis Island, the Statue of Liberty commemorative is a very common commemorative. I mean, you seem to buy those every time you buy commems. Then you might get a bunch of these. We had 20 of these, and we sold several of them. And they make nice auction items. They're basically like a sample slab in a way. It's just an authentic 1928 Lincoln cent wheat reverse. But it's not worth a whole lot. I mean, the slab's probably worth more than the coin. But it's a unique slab that you don't see very often. We got several of those. But it takes time to list things like that. Different things that come in. This is a damaged one. What do you do with this? You bust it out and spend it, right? I mean, it's I don't know why who's got $10 on it. But somebody puts prices on this stuff, and most of the pricing on things is not us. We'll put prices on stuff to sell it. But when you see all this like this one right here, for instance, $700. It's a 42/2, or 24/2, which is not, that's in the books there. It's not extremely rare. It's a nice coin, but it's not $700 coin. And we got large cents. Several of those, they come in, you have to bust those out, repackage them because their pricing's off. These are corroded. Some of them are clean. They're low grade. Then you've got 2-cent pieces. Same thing, well, $10 is not too bad on that. And then you might get rolls of the buffalo, the bison, I mean. So if you have that, someone at auction might, want to buy that to see if there's a speared bison in there, which is just a die gouge down the middle of the bison. Then you have painted Silver Eagles, some of them that are spotted come in. Some commems. These are $50 commemoratives. Booker T. Washington's you see a lot of. A 70S proof Kennedy, which you can't get these unless it's in a proof set. Same thing with the mint state. There's one over here, I believe. I put all these together here. And it's a 64 proof there. A lot of people mistake this 64 proofs. Some want to put them in SMS sets, and they think they have the 64 SMS. It's not an SMS. This is definitely a proof. And yeah, the 70D is another one. You can only get those in the mint sets. They didn't release them in circulation. So if you want one, this is how you get them. Put them in your collections. Then you have proof sets that come in, without envelopes, with envelopes, toned. Some of them are toned nicely and some of them are not. Some of them will have black spots on them. Sometimes the package will be tore up. So what you have to do, you have to list it like that or repackage them in the capital holders that we use to have the $half to the cent. You have to do something like that. Then you get fakes, these plated fakes or copies or replicas. And, they really don't have a value. People buy them because they think they're cool, but it's not a U.S. mint product. It's by a private mint. Then you have these souvenir pieces here, which are CSA. We could throw them up, put them at the auction, put them in a dent lot, but then some people might not want copy coins. Then we have these medals. Silver Strike which has got silver in the middle here, is from a casino, which is kind of cool. I like buying those. Then you have this Theresa Thaler, and it's a reproduction, but it's silver, and these are popular. They'll sell for $30 or $35, something like that. 1996 W, which is the first W mint mark on a coin. This came in the mint set together. This just happens to be extra packaging. Then we have the 5-cent shield nickel. And these don't have the package with them. So we can sell them like this without the envelope because they don't have any envelopes for them. But this is the 99. This is how they were issued the last year, the Susan B. Anthony dollars. And this one's kind of cool. This is the Thomas Edison. It's a commemorative coin. And I don't know if it actually comes in this case sleeve right here. And then you open it up and it has the coin. And the light's supposed to work. It's kind of a cool historical thing just to show history. Has a silver dollar in it there. So that's kind of cool to buy something like that. Then you buy fake notes like this. This is actual reproduction. The paper was actually aged. Then you have commemoratives. These are dollar commemoratives. A lot of the time they're Olympics. Olympics are not worth a lot unless there's certain ones like basketball and cycling. I think some of those are. And then you have some more proofs. People cut them out of the Kennedy $half to put them in their collections. And then you end up with them. Clad proof sets here. Some more commemoratives here. A 2012 mint set. No box, which doesn't have to have the box for that one. It's not such a big deal with that one. And then True View. This brings back a lot of memories on eBay. These were, or I should say, True Grade service. This brings back a lot of memories from eBay back in the day. These were all over the place. This is one company. Then you got this one here, which is basically just a SMS quarter. I mean, they got 68 on it. It's PCI, but there's no guarantee that that grade's going to hold. Then you have issues like this that come there's like after mint packaging, not from the U.S. Mint, but it's kind of cool. Got some history to it. Sometimes I'll make, like all this stuff here, I might make up some lots. I'll make up Daniel's scratch and dent lots, Daniel's grab bags, and started off with these. And I've got a few other things I could add to it, but these are kind of cool. This got silver in it.
And don't forget, PortsmouthCoinshop.com if you want to buy coins from us.
Still has some value to it. Then you have stuff from Blanchard, and these are overpriced stuff, but they're usually accurate. You don't have fakes in here. The coins are typically problem coins. They put very good on coins, even if they're very fine, which is kind of odd to me. 1904, a little better year, but it's just a low condition. $35 coin there. Same thing with this one here, 1903. Yeah, it might be a little more, $50, $60 coin there if it's AU. And it's probably extra fine, 45. Pretty close. But have all these come in, and they come in a nice little fancy box, and someone's like, man, my parents or my grandpa, they paid, $500 for this or $1,000 total. And you're like, well, I got the receipts. You can't pay that for this though. There's some of these aren't silver dollars. I mean, like I said, they're just, clad Ikes. So then you have the Littleton stuff that comes in, which, it's not that it's not accurately described or anything like that. It's just in a package, you got to take it out. And people paid a lot of money for those. They'll probably pay $5 to $10 for this Mercury dime that we sell for $2.30. Then you have partial mint sets. And a lot of times you just try to sell the Ike dollars and the half dollars to people. But, there's just so many of this, so much of it, I should say, that it's hard. It takes a lot of time to do it, to deal with it. Here's a 76 bicentennial with the S. So this one here is going to be the 40% silver proof. And that's laying in there. And look at it, it's impaired. People wonder why I take easiest and dip it a little bit, try to get those fingerprints off if I can, a little acetone sometimes. You try to make it look a little bit better, and then card it up and sell it for, whatever the silver is plus $1 or so. Then we have Kennedy collections like this that come in, or basically circulated coins. The silver coins are in there, and it does have the 70s, which is, like I said, you have to have mint sets, proof sets to get those. It does have the 70S proof, but I don't see the 70D. So that could be something to add to the set and sell it. But it's kind of cool because people do like things like this. You could actually display this in your home. But they overcharge when they initially sell these. That's the problem with those. They're going to pay a lot more than what they're worth. And here's another book. We buy presidential covers like this. We don't really buy the stamps, but the coins are there. They're worth a little bit over face value. But almost a whole set of those. Those throw in the scratch and dent bags. That's another item for that. And then also silver certificates. We buy those in abundance. Here's $10 ones, $1 ones, or $2 bills. Some nice notes in here that I can go through, pick them out, and put them up on the site. Sometimes I got stock photos for that. And you do use stock photos for certain things like this because you have to. You can't take pictures of every single coin that comes in your coin shop and put it up on the site just to please a small amount of people. But you do want to do that with coins that are choice, or we try to do it with graded coins. We try to match when we do stock photos. I take the ugliest coin out of the bunch, take a picture of it, and then when you get the coin, it's probably going to look better. You're probably not going to get that coin. Another thing that's kind of cool, some defunct currency, for want of a better word on it, but it's kind of cool. You got your $5, you got your $2, $1, and the uncut sheet. It does have a little bit of damage on it, a little hole up here, but I mean, it's uncut. You don't see this very often. Usually they're cut out. People sell them separate for about 35 bucks a piece. The back here doesn't have a whole lot on it, but it's period paper. It's nice. Then we'll have graded coins. People send in proof sets and see if they can get that 70 grade. And a lot of these they're worth minimal value. This is a Morgan dollar here. It's really nice at 64, and a couple more nice ones here. 81S 64. But you get coins like this. Someone will want it. It's a reverse proof. Someone want that for their collection if they're collecting all PR 69s. But this one here, they actually received a 68. And then they received a 70 on one. And it was like a hodgepodge of different grades. Here's this 18S reverse proof. A lot of these TV dealers, man, talking about how it's low managed. Yeah, they're low managed, but they're not going to circulate. It's invalid. It's an invalid argument to use. This is really cool. Proof 68. I like that. It's called the moon holder, I think it is. Why we went to the moon, and on the reverse there it has an astronaut and Kennedy. It's pretty cool. Then we have the 35 Boone. It's always nice to get commems like that. If anybody's seen the reverse of this one, it's really cool. It's a nice coin there. Oh, it's one of my favorites. Always a big fan of Daniel Boone. Always want to grow up and be Daniel Boone. A 67 cameo. That's nice. Nice little cameo on that one. And a few more, just your normal 67 Buffalo. Now, see if you bought this and tried to use it. If you have more than one, though, I'd recommend more than one. And try to use it to find more of these. I mean, more 67s. It's hard to do, but it's one of the ways that I used to do things a lot. I mean, if it's 67 in 3 different holders and it looks like it, potentially I might get that grade. But then again, it's hard to do it that way. It's a nice 78 right here. Nice one. It's the 7 tail feathers. You have 8 tail feathers, 7 tail feathers. Then you have 7 5 tail feathers and 7/8 and all that. This is a nice 2264. It's actually choice. But this is the type of coins that come in the coin shop. I get boxes of these coins. They'll come in like this. These here was one order. Someone sells to me all the time. Here's a 66. And they'll send me the coins and what price they have on it. They know what I pay, so they just price it for what I pay for them, which is basically, if PCGS's retail is really high. So I have to base it off what it's selling for. So you have to go with gray sheet. I can go to a coin show right now and buy coins like this for less than gray sheet. I can buy from coin dealers right now. So, but I can't pay for common coins, regardless of how nice they are, above gray sheet whenever I can go to the show and buy all I want from the wholesale dealers. That's just where it's at again. It's back down to that. Before it was a little different, but things have kind of slacked off a tad. Pricing's kind of maintained themselves. Here's an interesting item. Silver bullion. Now, I've sold the silver bullets themselves, by themselves, but this is cool. There's 10 of them in here. 10 ounces. So this is pretty cool. Someone would be interested in this. 1 ounce, 0.999 AG. So that's a good, cool little buy there that came in the shop. Examples of other things that we'll purchase: rolls and rolls of opened up or bank wrapped BU. I sent a bunch off to one of my admins to check out. This is a 59D roll. I mean, I could look through them and try to find, bulk submission maybe. When you're looking at all these, I mean, there's just roll after roll I have of these. And not only that, I've got boxes of rolls that I haven't even done anything with, just sitting here. And I will eventually, because I'll have to go through them or look at them again, because you tend to forget. It's what people don't realize. Dealers buy so much stuff. You tend to forget you bought something. You buy it, you put it in inventory, after you make your payment, you throw it in a cabinet or a safe or on a shelf, and next thing you know, you're finding it a year later or so, and it's kind of like what they call the desk of shame stuff, where it's not really worth a whole lot. It's got some value to it, but man, it just accumulates. So like I said, here's another little overrun of all the coins. It's really fun to be a coin dealer and to buy stuff like this, but it is technically junk in the sense that it's not high grade stuff. It's low value. And even though it's beautiful and it's collectible, it's still not the stuff that makes a dealer the most money. This is typically the stuff they package up and they throw it in a box and they wholesale it. They say it's gray sheets this much. I'll sell it 15% back a gray sheet. That's what they do. I see it all the time in the dealer groups. So that's it. I mean, there's a few things in this shop here. I'm sure other coin dealers have a lot of things that I don't have that they could show and tell. Here's one little cool thing to close out the show and tell. And these are a couple silver Russian coins, and probably more like commemoratives, just like we have. And they're from 1989, looks like. And here's the other one here. So anyway, there is in Russian, and I can't read that, obviously not. But then certificate of authenticity. So that's kind of a cool set. Probably something up for auction. That's probably what'll happen with that one.
So there you have it. There's all the stuff that we accumulate and we purchase, and we have to find a way to sell it and package it and liquidate it. So thanks for watching my latest video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and have a great day.